Emoto. Mr. Emoto became terribly interested in the molecular structure of water and what affects it. Now, water is the most receptive of the four elements. Mr. Emoto thought perhaps it would respond to non-physical events. So he set up a series of studies, applied mental stimuli, and photographed it.
Water from a little puddle turns to gas, evaporation. The gas forms into puffy clouds, condensation. The clouds get heavy and the rain pours down, precipitation, and more puddles on the ground. Oh, the water cycle round and around. Vapor goes up and the rain comes down. Water in the sky, in the ocean, in the ground. It's all in a cycle going round and round.
Then, from within the darkness of the microscope, a small crystal appeared and slowly started to grow. A magnification increase revealed the sudden emergence of a single crystal, clear and simple, as if to epitomize the thoughts of the people who had gathered. And then, in response to the words and thoughts of the participants, the tap water from Tokyo produced a beautifully balanced crystal. Through crystallization, water is telling us that it can act as our mirror, that it can reflect human thought. Water has the ability to show us what we cannot see. The same water also flows through our bodies and nurtures all life on earth.
People come to me and they ask me, Swamiji, my whole life is filled with death fear. I don't know what can I do. How can I get rid of that fear, Swamiji? I tell them, just have a cup of water. Just have a glass of water. Cup of tea. They tell me, what is this? How can a cup of tea help me to get out of the fear? How can I come out of my death fear having a glass of water? I tell them, the moment you decide to have a cup of tea, the thought about your death fear has replaced. It has disappeared. A simple logic. The moment you decide to stand up, you renounce the thought of sitting.
Bond which forms between individual molecules of water. You know, water is H2O, and so that's one little molecule of water. And there are the bonds that hold the hydrogen and the oxygen together to make the molecule work.
Yes,
and
sir.
then there is a second kind of bond which links the molecules together. That's called the hydrogen bond. And that bond either breaks and reforms or gains or loses strength. And there's arguments on the research community isn't clear which is which. It doesn't really matter from this point of view. So we predicted that the hydrogen bonding relationship would show a predictable change, which is influenced by the therapeutic intention when compared to the controls. And I also think, by the way, that this is how healing gets into the body, because there are about 130 papers. If anybody goes up to MedPub and does a search on hydrogen bonding an immune response, you will discover that this exact same bond relationship, when it changes in the water in your body, stimulates your immune response.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? If thoughts can do that to water, imagine what our thoughts can do to us.